Welcome back to Screen to Screen. Today we have Jangate Wood, a multidisciplinary artist.
Thanks for having me.
Where in the world are you right now?
I am currently in Frogtown in Los Angeles at my house.
Have you been making work during the quarantine?
Yes, I have. My pace has slowed down a little bit and I can't fully complete the work, but I've been doing what I can in my house, so I'll have a lot to do once I get back to the studio. I literally just put up 2 pieces of cardboard so my wall doesn't get messy and my floor doesn't get messy, and then I'm just making these drawings that I would make in my studio. My normal studio is in South Central. It's a really amazing space. My good friend AJ Khan, he's an amazing artist. He found this. It's sort of like a small warehouse, and so he lives there and works in another part of it. And so just due to the quarantine, I think it was best for me not to be going there, just for everyone's safety.
And what kind of stuff have you been working on since you've been at home?
So I've been continuing the same series of drawings that I've been pursuing for the past a little over a year now. There are these drawings using oil pastel, oil sticks, fabric dye, bleach, lemon juice, and industrial salt. And so I do the drawing portion at my house, and then I'm just gonna wait until I go back to the studio to do all the dyeing aspect of it, because that side is really messy.
I noticed that a lot of the subject matter is primarily frogs. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I was trying to discover my sensibility towards images. Out of all the images I take in daily, which ones stick with me and why? And so I found out through just months of pulling and seeing what incites some sort of a sense of immediacy within me. I found that animals are intriguing, and I gravitate towards images with an underlying ethos of dark comedy. And so I found that just through doing all these drawings of different animals, I wanted to hone in on the ones that stick with me, that I think are really funny in a dark comedic way, and also fun to make, and also something that limits it so it's not too many things going on. So I decided heavily on frogs, birds, rats.
Have any new images come to you from the headlines, or since the pandemic kind of erupted?
Current events honestly don't really play too heavily into my practice, because it's more I'm trying to pull from what's in a really weird space in my own brain. So it's more a self-referential, a rhizomatic system or something. The past couple weeks I haven't really wanted to tap in too heavy into the news. I know that's kind of shitty to say, but it's super depressing sometimes. And I'm I'd rather just use my energy and my time to catch up on these stack of books I've been having. And I'm if I'm just gonna be inside my house, I don't want to be in a deep hole in my head. I try to switch it to a more positive angle.
What are your thoughts on the whole situation, the virus, the pandemic?
I don't know, man. It's because we're in the middle of it, I think just uncertainty is just the heaviest word, the most applicable word. So due to the high level of uncertainty, I've kind of just sort of tried to relinquish any desire to control my life right now, because I think it's a large sense of our collective autonomy has been removed because of this. We can't navigate the world the way in which we used to. So I've kind of just been like, this is what's happening. I'm accepting it, and I'm just gonna stay in my house and try to figure out how I can use the same tenacity and put that still into my practice, but just in a different way.
Can you show us a little bit of what you've been working on, maybe guide us through your studio setup as it is now at your house?
Yeah, fully. This is where all the drawings happen. This is a bit more exciting. These are all the frogs I've drawn in the past 3 weeks. The crazy glare on this one, so it looks a bit nuts, but zoom in on it for you.
And are these normally the kind of format that you would work in at your studio, or have you like kind of adapted it to like fit into your home studio?
It's still the same scale. This is a scale I really like, which is 22 by 28 inches. But what has changed is maybe the way in which like I render these. Since I've been working at home, the figures have gotten a lot more, they're a lot more free. Like I'm making moves in these that I wouldn't have made in the studio. I feel like if I was in the studio, they'd be a bit more calculated. But since I've been working at home, maybe it's a comfort thing. Like I just, kind of have a bit more freedom to just like do whatever I want. And it's been a lot more fun. I have like some smaller drawings and collages I've made along with
What's the process for those
drawings. So these ones are all a bit different. This one right here is something I'm working on. They're like, I call them salt texts. This is industrial salt and fabric dye on paper, and I'm just using them to like essentially make a bunch of words that eventually form sentences, and then that can be taken somewhere else. And then these are just, some collages I made. That's like kind of where art making started for me, is like with collage. So yeah, I still like to tap into those. And then I have some more, some framed drawings that I've shown in the past that I just got back in my house. Yeah, just got a bunch of fun stuff here.
What kind of activities have you been doing, if any, outside of art?
Just taking walks, like taking a walk around my neighborhood, and then this has given me a lot of time to tap into other things. Like I really love comedy and like stand-up comedy, and so now I have so much more time to like watch specials and like listen to comedians talk and like sort of like break down like jokes and like the art of telling a joke, because I think there's a lot of connections I make between like my work and comedy itself.
What's something you're really looking forward to?
All right, I cannot wait to go back to my studio. I can't wait to go skate again. I can't wait to go like see art shows and go to museums again. And also, I really want to go get a coffee at La Colombe. That is exactly what I want to do.
What are your thoughts for the future?
I feel like we're going to have to redefine like normal. Like I don't think there will be like a back to normal thing. And it'll take a while before maybe we feel like a sense of normality. But I think post-Rona, I feel like a lot of people are going to appreciate each other's like company and like presence and like just having the option to go and like socialize. Like I feel like that will be maybe just like deeper appreciation, gratitude, and gratefulness will be perhaps a part of the larger cultural consciousness. Maybe.
Heavyweight.